Have you ever experienced unexplained tingling, numbness, or swelling in your feet, especially first thing in the morning or after certain meals? If so, your diet could be quietly contributing to these sensations. While vegetables are typically seen as the gold standard of healthy eating, not all vegetables support nerve and circulatory health equally. In fact, some commonly consumed vegetables might actually impair blood flow, worsen inflammation, or interfere with nerve signaling, especially in individuals already dealing with diabetes, neuropathy, or poor circulation. These effects often build up gradually and silently, making it hard to connect the dots. But once you understand which foods could be affecting your comfort, you can start making smarter choices for your health. If your feet feel heavy, numb, or tingly, your body could be sending you important clues. Are you listening? Welcome to Healthy Life Channel, where we explore vital topics to keep you well-informed and prioritize your well-being. Like this video if you're intrigued by natural health solutions. If you're new here, hit subscribe and enable notifications for our latest updates. Also, drop a comment below and let us know where you're watching from. We love connecting with our community. In this video, we'll explore 15 foods that could be silently sabotaging your circulation, including 3 surprising vegetables that you may want to limit. Stay with us till the end, as number 3 on the list may surprise you. It's often praised for its nutrients, but overconsuming it could have unintended consequences for your vascular health. Let's begin. Number 15, bacon. Bacon may be a breakfast favorite, but it comes at a cost, especially for your vascular and nerve health. It's loaded with saturated fats and sodium, which can cause blood vessels to stiffen, restrict circulation, and increase blood pressure. Imagine your blood vessels like tiny highways. When they're clogged or under pressure, it's harder for blood to reach your feet and hands. This leads to that pins and needles sensation or a feeling of heaviness. Plus, bacon's saturated fats can contribute to plaque buildup in arteries, further reducing blood flow to your extremities. If you already have circulatory issues, eating bacon frequently can worsen inflammation, fatigue, and discomfort. Cooking method matters too. Frying adds extra harmful fats, which can intensify the impact on your body. A smarter choice? Switch to leaner proteins like turkey, chicken, or even plant-based alternatives. Small swaps can make a big difference. Number 14, processed hamburgers. These fast food favorites might be convenient, but they're often loaded with trans fats, saturated fats, and chemical preservatives, a combination that can fuel chronic inflammation, reduce circulation, and aggravate nerve pain. Trans fats are especially dangerous because they raise LDL, bad cholesterol, and lower HDL, good cholesterol, directly increasing your risk of arterial blockages and nerve-related complications like peripheral neuropathy. The excess sodium in these processed patties contributes to fluid retention, which explains why your feet might feel swollen or tight after a greasy meal. And don't forget the hidden additives. These chemicals stress your body's detox systems and may further impair vascular function. Better option? Make your own burgers at home using lean ground meats and fresh ingredients. You'll enjoy the same flavor without sacrificing your health. Number 13, frozen pizza. Who doesn't love a quick and easy pizza night? Unfortunately, frozen pizzas are among the worst offenders for circulation and nerve health. These convenient meals often pack a heavy dose of sodium, preservatives, and saturated fats, a recipe for inflammation and sluggish blood flow. The excess salt causes your body to hold on to water, increasing blood pressure and creating that heavy, swollen feeling in your feet and ankles. Many frozen pizzas also contain low-quality cheese and processed meats, which are high in inflammatory compounds. These ingredients may also increase the risk of nerve damage over time, especially in those with diabetes or pre-existing vascular issues. Consider making homemade pizza using whole wheat dough, fresh vegetables, and low-fat cheese. That way, you still get your pizza fix, without the circulatory consequences. Number 12, instant soups. They may seem like a cozy and convenient option, but instant soups can be incredibly harmful to your nerve and circulatory system. Just one serving can contain more sodium than your body needs for the entire day. This high salt content causes fluid retention, raises blood pressure, and puts a strain on blood vessels, leading to poor blood circulation and numbness or tingling in the feet. But it's not just the salt. Instant soups are often filled with chemical additives and preservatives that promote inflammation and oxidative stress, which can damage nerve endings. To make matters worse, they're usually nutrient poor, offering empty calories that stress your kidneys and liver while offering little support for your body's repair systems. Healthier idea? Try making your own broth-based soup using fresh vegetables, lean protein, and anti-inflammatory herbs. Your nervous system will thank you. Have you been eating any of these foods regularly without realizing their potential impact? Let us know in the comments. And if you're finding this video helpful, type yes below. Stay tuned, because later in this video, we'll reveal 3 vegetables that may seem healthy, but could actually be contributing to nerve discomfort and poor circulation, especially if you eat them frequently. These veggies might affect how your blood vessels function, interfere with nerve signaling, or even trigger inflammation in certain individuals. Don't forget to subscribe for more science-backed nutrition tips to support your nerve health, boost circulation, and help you feel your best every day. Number 11, ready-made cakes and commercial cake mixes. Who doesn't love the comforting aroma of freshly baked cake wafting through the kitchen? But if you often experience tingling, numbness, or heaviness in your feet, those convenient store-bought cakes or boxed cake mixes may be doing more harm than good. These sweet treats are typically loaded with refined sugars and hydrogenated fats, 2 of the biggest dietary offenders when it comes to circulatory and nerve health. When you consume large amounts of sugar, it causes your blood glucose to spike sharply. Over time, these sugar surges damage the delicate lining of your blood vessels, making them stiff and narrow. This hinders smooth blood flow, particularly to the small capillaries in your hands and feet, leading to sensations of numbness or tingling. At the same time, hydrogenated fats, also known as trans fats, increase levels of LDL, bad cholesterol, while reducing HDL, good cholesterol. This imbalance promotes artery blockages, which further impairs blood circulation. To make matters worse, ready-made cakes often include artificial flavorings, preservatives, and colorants, all of which contribute to low-grade chronic inflammation. Inflammation doesn't just harm your heart and immune system. It also disrupts nerve function, making symptoms of neuropathy more intense and persistent. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up cake entirely. Instead, try homemade versions using whole grain flour, natural sweeteners in moderation, and heart-healthy oils like olive or coconut oil. That way, you can enjoy dessert while actively supporting better circulation and nerve resilience. Number 10, industrialized French fries. Golden, crispy, and undeniably delicious, French fries are a beloved comfort food. But if numbness in your feet is something you're dealing with, you may want to think twice about indulging, especially in industrialized or fast food versions. These fries are typically fried in low-quality oils that are reused multiple times. This process creates oxidized fats and harmful compounds that promote widespread inflammation in the body, damaging blood vessels and nerves in the process. Add in trans fats and sky-high sodium levels, and you've got a recipe for serious trouble. Here's what happens. The excessive salt content promotes water retention, which leads to swelling in the feet and ankles. That swelling puts pressure on blood vessels, slowing down circulation and increasing the risk of nerve compression and tingling. If you've ever felt your feet puff up or go numb after a salty fast food meal, now you know why. Plus, the combination of unhealthy fats and additives can interfere with the normal functioning of peripheral nerves, the ones responsible for sending sensory signals to and from your feet. Over time, this can worsen symptoms of neuropathy, especially in people with diabetes or poor circulation. Want a better alternative? Make your fries at home using fresh potatoes, a touch of olive oil, and natural herbs. Try baking them or using an air fryer to get that satisfying crunch without the health risks. It's a small switch that can protect your nerves and keep your favorite snack on the menu. Number 9, candies and processed sweets. Colorful, chewy, and incredibly tempting, candies and processed sweets are designed to appeal to your senses. But what they do inside your body, especially to your nerves and blood vessels, is far less sweet. These sugary treats contain refined sugars, chemical additives, and artificial colors, all of which harm your circulation and nerve integrity. Every time you eat them, your blood sugar spikes. Over time, those spikes cause microvascular damage, reducing blood flow to areas like the toes and feet, one of the first places to suffer from poor circulation. For individuals with conditions like diabetes, These sugary spikes accelerate nerve degeneration, leading to persistent numbness, tingling, and even burning sensations. But even for those without a diagnosis, consistent high sugar intake can slowly starve nerves of oxygen and nutrients, making it harder for them to function properly. What's more, artificial sweeteners and colors found in many candies are linked to neuroinflammation, which further disrupts how nerves send signals to the brain. This means your feet may feel numb, even when there's no obvious cause. The good news: you don't have to give up sweetness altogether. Opt for natural alternatives like fresh fruit, a square of dark chocolate, or homemade low-sugar desserts using whole ingredients. These options give you the joy of indulgence without sacrificing your circulation or nerve health. Number 8. Regular and diet soda. Soda, whether it's sugar-loaded or zero-calorie, is one of the stealthiest threats to nerve health and proper circulation. While these bubbly beverages offer instant refreshment, their long-term effects on your feet can be alarming. Regular soda is essentially liquid sugar. Drinking it regularly causes rapid spikes in blood sugar, which damages the linings of your arteries and reduces blood flow to your feet and hands. The result? Numbness, tingling, and in some cases, loss of sensation. But diet sodas aren't safe either. They contain artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose, which have been shown to trigger inflammation, disrupt nerve signaling, and interfere with how your body regulates glucose. These effects may lead to similar nerve issues, even without the sugar. In addition, sodas are often highly acidic and contain preservatives and phosphoric acid that can further harm nerve endings and blood vessel walls. Over time, this contributes to the development of peripheral neuropathy, especially in those who are already vulnerable. If you want to protect your feet and your nerves, ditch the soda and hydrate with smarter options. Try fruit-infused water, unsweetened herbal teas, or homemade juices using real fruits and vegetables. They support circulation, replenish nutrients, and help your nerves stay strong and responsive. Number 7. Beer. Beer may be a social staple or a relaxing end-of-day treat, but it can quietly wreak havoc on your circulatory and nervous systems, especially if you already experience numbness in your feet. Alcohol, including beer, causes a temporary dilation of blood vessels, making you feel warm at first. But this is followed by vasoconstriction, a tightening of the blood vessels, which impairs blood flow to your extremities. This reduced circulation means your nerves may not receive enough oxygen or nutrients, leading to numbness, tingling, or even a burning sensation in your feet. Frequent alcohol consumption can also lead to alcoholic neuropathy, a condition where the peripheral nerves become damaged over time. Symptoms can include not only numbness but also muscle weakness, loss of balance, and increased sensitivity to touch. Beer is also rich in sugars and carbohydrates, which spike blood sugar levels and worsen inflammatory responses in the body. Plus, alcohol acts as a diuretic, increasing fluid loss and contributing to dehydration, which thickens the blood and further slows down circulation. To reduce risk, moderation is key. Consider swapping beer for non-alcoholic alternatives, sparkling water, or herbal iced teas. And if you do enjoy a beer, balance it out with plenty of water to stay hydrated and support better blood flow. Number 6. Milk chocolate, a sweet threat to circulation. As comforting and delicious as milk chocolate may be, regular consumption can worsen numbness and tingling in your feet, especially if you're already dealing with circulation or nerve-related issues. Why? Because milk chocolate is typically high in added sugars and saturated fats, two major culprits when it comes to poor blood flow and nerve inflammation. Let's break it down. Excess sugar causes rapid spikes in blood glucose, which over time can damage the delicate lining of blood vessels and inflame peripheral nerves, both of which intensify symptoms like tingling, numbness, and burning sensations in your feet and hands. Think of your circulatory system as a river. When blood sugar is consistently high, it thickens like syrup, slowing the flow of nutrients and oxygen to your extremities. Meanwhile, saturated fats in milk chocolate raise levels of LDL, bad cholesterol, and contribute to plaque buildup in arteries, narrowing them and restricting blood flow even further. The real danger lies in portion control, or rather, the lack of it. It's easy to go from just one piece to finishing an entire chocolate bar without noticing. This overindulgence worsens inflammation and promotes chronic poor circulation. But not all chocolate is off limits. Dark chocolate, particularly those with 70% or higher cocoa content, contains flavonoids and antioxidants that actually support blood vessel health, if consumed in moderation. So next time a craving hits, ask yourself, is a few moments of sweetness worth prolonged numbness in your feet? Number 5. White and refined breads. The sneaky carb trap. White bread, French baguettes, soft sandwich loaves. They may seem harmless or even essential to a meal, but these refined grain products can significantly worsen numbness and poor circulation. Here's why. Refined flours have been stripped of their fiber, vitamins, and minerals during processing. What's left is a product that quickly converts into sugar in the bloodstream. This causes blood sugar spikes similar to candy or soda, which over time damage blood vessels and contribute to nerve inflammation, particularly in the feet and hands. When your body is constantly bombarded with fast-absorbing carbohydrates, it leads to repeated insulin spikes, stressing the pancreas, silent inflammation throughout the body, poor glucose regulation, which directly harms peripheral nerves. On top of that, the lack of fiber in refined bread means there's no buffer to slow down sugar absorption, leaving your blood vessels vulnerable and your symptoms, like tingling, numbness, or foot swelling, more noticeable. But giving up bread entirely isn't necessary. The solution? Smarter choices. Opt for whole grain breads with seeds and natural fibers that help stabilize blood sugar. Pair bread with lean proteins like eggs or white cheese to increase satiety and reduce blood sugar impact. So next time you're at the bakery, think twice before grabbing that soft white loaf. Your feet will thank you for choosing better. Number 4. Industrial ice creams, a chilly saboteur. That scoop of commercial ice cream may be refreshing, but beneath its creamy surface lies a cocktail of ingredients that can harm your nerves and circulation, especially if you're already dealing with numbness in your feet. Industrial ice creams are typically packed with refined sugars. These trigger blood sugar surges that damage blood vessels and inflame nerves. Trans fats and saturated fats. These raise bad cholesterol and contribute to arterial plaque, which narrows your blood vessels, especially in the extremities. Chemical additives and artificial dyes. These ingredients may trigger systemic inflammation, worsening circulation and nerve sensitivity. One lesser-known issue? Cold-induced vasoconstriction. When you consume very cold foods, your blood vessels temporarily tighten or constrict, making it even harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach your feet. The result? Feet that feel cold, swollen, or numb, often shortly after indulging. But here's the good news. You don't need to give up sweet treats entirely. Try homemade ice creams using natural fruits, unsweetened yogurt, and no added sugars or additives. Not only are they refreshing, but they can support better blood flow and reduce inflammation. A small shift in your dessert routine can make a big difference in how your feet feel. Number 3. Spinach, a superfood with a caution label. Spinach is widely praised for its nutritional content, loaded with iron, fiber, and vitamins. But in some cases, it may actually exacerbate numbness and tingling in the feet, especially if consumed in excess. The main concern lies in its high oxalate content. Oxalates are natural compounds that can bind to calcium, forming small crystals. In high amounts, these crystals may overload the kidneys and reduce blood flow, leading to fluid retention and swelling, especially in the lower limbs. Swollen tissues press against nerves and blood vessels, contributing to persistent tingling and heaviness in the feet. Another issue involves vitamin K. Spinach contains large amounts of it. While vitamin K is vital for blood clotting, it can interfere with anticoagulant medications, making blood more prone to clotting and thus worsening circulation problems. Lastly, excessive spinach intake can lead to fluid retention, which places pressure on both nerves and capillaries, limiting oxygen supply to the feet. Does this mean you should stop eating spinach entirely? Not at all. The key is moderation. Cooking spinach can significantly reduce its oxalate levels, making it easier for the body to process. Rotating it with other leafy greens like kale, arugula, or Swiss chard can ensure nutritional balance without overloading on one compound. So while spinach remains a superfood, remember, even healthy foods can become harmful if consumed without balance. Number 2, broccoli, a superfood with a hidden side. Broccoli is often celebrated as a nutritional powerhouse, rich in fiber, vitamin C and K, folate, and antioxidants. It supports digestion, boosts immunity, and contributes to heart health. But for individuals experiencing numbness or tingling in the feet, especially those taking blood-thinning medications, anticoagulants, too much broccoli may actually do more harm than good. Let's take a closer look at why. High vitamin K content. Broccoli is loaded with vitamin K, a vital nutrient that helps your blood clot properly. However, when consumed in excess, particularly by those on anticoagulant therapy like warfarin, it can interfere with medication and disrupt blood flow. Imagine your blood vessels as a network of highways. Vitamin K acts like a traffic regulator for blood clotting. If too much of it is present, clots may form too easily, slowing circulation and making it harder for oxygen and nutrients to reach the feet, which leads to swelling, numbness, and tingling, goitrogens, and thyroid disruption. Broccoli also contains compounds known as goitrogens, which in large amounts, especially when eaten raw, can disrupt thyroid function. The thyroid gland plays a central role in regulating metabolism and circulation. If your thyroid becomes sluggish, it can reduce blood flow efficiency and worsen numbness in the extremities, fluid retention, and nerve compression. Overconsumption of broccoli may also lead to fluid retention, especially in sensitive individuals. When excess fluid accumulates, it compresses peripheral nerves and blood vessels, making symptoms like tingling and numbness more intense and persistent. But does this mean broccoli should be eliminated from your diet? Absolutely not. The key, as always, is moderation. Rotate your greens with other vegetables such as kale, arugula, and chard. Cook your broccoli, as heat can reduce goitrogenic compounds, making it easier on the thyroid. And if you're taking blood thinners, consult your doctor or dietitian to ensure your intake of vitamin K is consistent and safe. By staying mindful, you can enjoy the many health benefits of broccoli without compromising circulation or nerve health. Number 1. Swiss chard, nutritious, but not always neutral. Swiss chard is a leafy green brimming with vitamins A, C, and K, along with fiber, potassium, calcium, and antioxidants. It's known for supporting immune health, reducing oxidative stress, and even helping regulate blood pressure. But when it comes to nerve sensitivity, fluid retention, or circulatory issues, excessive intake can backfire, especially in those prone to numbness in the feet. Here's what you need to know. Oxalate overload. Swiss chard is rich in oxalates, natural compounds that bind to calcium and form tiny crystals in the body. While this is normally harmless in small amounts, excessive oxalate accumulation can burden the kidneys and impede circulation. These crystal formations can also contribute to fluid retention, particularly in the lower limbs. As swelling increases, it presses against nerves and capillaries, making tingling, heaviness, and numbness in the feet much more noticeable. High vitamin K and medication interference. Like broccoli and spinach, Swiss chard contains high levels of vitamin K, which can interfere with anticoagulant medications. This can increase the likelihood of blood clot formation, reduce blood flow to extremities, and worsen symptoms related to poor circulation. Raw chard and digestive discomfort. Eating large quantities of raw Swiss chard can also cause bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort in some individuals. These digestive issues often accompany fluid retention, which adds even more pressure to peripheral nerves, aggravating symptoms of numbness and tingling. Should you eliminate Swiss chard completely? Not at all. It's still a highly nutritious food, but managing how and how often you eat it makes all the difference. Cooked chard has significantly lower oxalate levels, making it gentler on the kidneys and circulation. Alternating with other leafy greens like romaine, bok choy, or mustard greens helps avoid nutrient overload and supports a more balanced diet. If you notice worsened symptoms after consuming chard, or if you're on medications that interact with vitamin K, consult a healthcare provider for tailored guidance. Remember, even healthy foods can have unintended effects when consumed in excess or without considering individual health needs. Small dietary tweaks can make a major impact on circulation, nerve health, and your overall sense of well-being. If you notice that numbness in your feet becomes more pronounced after eating these foods and vegetables, it might be a signal to reassess how much and how often you're including them in your meals. Adjusting your intake or speaking with a healthcare professional can help determine the right balance for your body's needs. Even small dietary changes can make a significant difference in improving blood flow, reducing nerve discomfort, and enhancing your overall well-being. Have you been eating any of these foods regularly without realizing their potential impact? Let us know in the comments. And if you're finding this video helpful, type yes below. And if you're committed to taking better care of your health, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Our goal is simple: to help you become a healthier, more vibrant version of yourself. Supporting your wellness journey is what we're here for. Now go ahead and click on the video currently on your screen. It contains even more powerful tips to boost your health and take your quality of life to the next level.